Section 1, Listening Comprehension. In this section of the test, you will demonstrate your ability to understand conversations and talks in English. There are 3 parts to this section, with different directions for each part. Answer all the questions according to what the speakers say or imply. Part A, Directions. In Part A, you will hear 2 people having short conversations. After each conversation, you will hear a question. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers and choose the best answer.
Now we will begin Part A with the first conversation. Number 1.
You don't seem really happy with your exam results.
Well, I didn't fail, but I also didn't pass by much.
What does the man mean? Number 2.
Were you able to do the last problem in the math assignment?
No, it was too hard for me.
What does the man mean? Number 3.
Where are the dirty clothes? Have you taken care of them?
They're in the washing machine.
What does the man mean? Number 4.
When do you think we should leave on our trip? If we leave on Tuesday, we won't have very much time for a visit.
Why not leave on Monday instead of Tuesday?
What does the woman suggest? Number 5.
What was in the letter from the landlord?
It was not good news. The rent has been raised.
What does the man mean? Number 6.
I've had to work way too many hours for the last 2 weeks.
Your efforts have not been unappreciated.
What does the woman mean? Number 7.
Could you help me with this?
I'll wash the lettuce if you'll make the dressing.
What are the man and woman most likely doing? Number 8.
Is Jack going with us to the restaurant tonight?
I was unable to convince him to go with us.
What does the woman mean? Number 9.
Can you tell me how I can find the biology lab from here?
Just go down those steps and enter the door after the first one.
What should the man do? Number 10.
Is Professor Nash a good lecturer?
He doesn't speak very loudly, but otherwise he's great.
What does the woman say about Professor Nash? Number 11.
We have another history exam on Friday, and I hope this one isn't as hard as the last one.
You can say that again.
What does the woman mean? Number 12.
Is the room ready for the conference?
I don't think it's been set up.
What does the man say about the room? Number 13.
Are you going to be able to stay up and study for the exam?
I'm not sure. I'm on my last legs.
What does the woman mean? Number 14.
What did you think of the guest speaker?
I was fascinated by his ideas.
What does the man mean? Number 15.
How's the weather today?
It's just not as humid as it was last week.
What does the man say about the weather?
Question number 16.
What should I get, the veal or the chicken?
Why not get the mixed vegetables instead?
What does the man suggest? Question number 17.
I think there are 2 quick routes to campus from here.
At least.
What does the woman mean? Question number 18.
Do you know if Sue is interested in Tom's old job?
Oh, so he is taking that position in Boston.
What had the man assumed? Question number 19.
I've never seen such bright, wonderful paintings.
I know, and the marble sculpture pieces are lovely as well.
Where does the conversation take place? Question number 20.
So stay close to your umbrellas. It's going to rain all weekend.
Thanks for the forecast. And now on to today's sports.
What is the woman's occupation? Question number 21.
I don't feel so good.
Well, let's call the infirmary and see if they can recommend a doctor for us.
What does the woman mean? Question number 22.
I didn't study, and I got an F on my history exam.
Way to go, Mary.
What is the man's attitude? Question number 23.
You've missed so many classes you might not be eligible to take the final.
Well, I do have a medical excuse.
What does the woman mean? Question number 24.
How about joining us for tonight's discussion panel?
Don't mind if I do.
What does the man imply? Question number 25.
How do you feel about the new Italian restaurant?
Well, I prefer it to the old one.
What does the woman mean? Question number 26.
We have to leave soon if we're going to make the 7:10 train.
The what train?
What does the man want to know? Question number 27.
I sure would like to take Kelly to the party.
I'll bet you would.
What does the woman mean? Question number 28.
I really have to hurry if I'm going to get to work on time.
Oh, then you did get a job.
What had the man assumed about the woman? Question number 29.
Somehow, I've got to save some money next term.
Well, George took some classes at the community college where tuition's much cheaper.
What does the woman suggest? Question number 30.
Do you want to see the new movie tonight?
Thanks, but I've already read the book.
What does the man mean?
This is the end of Part A. Go on to the next page.
Now read along as the directions for Part B are being read. The test continues on side 2. Part B. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear longer conversations. After each conversation, you will hear several questions. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Remember, you are not allowed to take notes or write in your test book. Go on to the next page.
Questions 31 through 34. Listen to a conversation between two students.
Dora, could you please give me some help?
With what?
I kept putting off my History 101 paper, and it's due next week.
If you want to pass the course, you've got to write that paper.
I know. I thought that since you're a history major, you could help me come up with a topic for my paper.
History 101 is about American history. You could write about the Revolutionary War, or the Civil War, or World War I.
Oh, I don't want to write about wars. I don't want to think about killing and death. Can you think of something else?
Why don't you write about technology, inventions that changed American history?
That topic seems a little broad. Maybe I should narrow it down a bit.
Well, you could choose one invention, the telephone or the airplane, for example, and write about its effect on history.
I know. My favorite topic is cars. I'll write about the invention of the automobile and its effect on American history.
That sounds like a good topic for you. Now, you'd better get busy. You only have 1 week.
Number 31. What does the man ask the woman to do? Number 32. When in the semester does this conversation probably take place? Number 33. Why won't the man choose technology as a topic? Number 34. How much time does the man have to write the paper? Questions 35 through 38. Listen to a conversation about a tragic event.
Did you hear the story on the news this morning about the apartment fire down the street?
I heard something about it. What happened exactly?
A fire started about 3 o'clock in the morning in an apartment complex with about 20 apartments. One of the apartments was completely destroyed, and several of the others were damaged.
Do they know how the fire started?
They're not sure at this point, but they believe that it was started by someone smoking in bed. It's a shame that one careless person can cause so much trauma for others, not to mention the thousands and thousands of dollars of damage.
Even more serious than the damage to property is the harm to the apartment's occupants. I hear that several residents were rushed to the hospital, but at least none of them died.
It's also frightening. Do you know of anything I can do to keep this from happening to me?
I guess the best thing to protect yourself is to make sure that you have a smoke alarm and a fire extinguisher in good working condition. The smoke alarm will give you an early warning that a fire has started, so you can call the fire department. If it is a small fire, maybe you can use the fire extinguisher to help put out the fire before the fire trucks arrive.
That's good advice. I think I'll go home and check my smoke alarm.
Number 35. What is the topic of this conversation? Number 36. According to the woman, how extensively were the apartments damaged? Number 37. What did the man say about some of the apartment residents? Number 38. What advice does the man give to the woman to protect herself from fires? This is the end of Part B. Go on to the next page. Now read along with me as I read the directions for Part C. Remember, you should not read ahead or turn the pages while the directions for this part are being read. Part C. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear several talks. After each talk, you will hear some questions. The talks and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Remember, you are not allowed to take notes or write in your test book. Now we will begin Part C with the first talk.
Questions 39 through 42 are based on the following talk.
I hope everyone has had a good semester. I know I've thoroughly enjoyed teaching this class. We don't have any political science to cover today. As you probably know from the syllabus, today is devoted to reviewing for the final examination. In a few minutes, we'll get to a question and answer session, but first I'd just like to give you a few hints for your studying. First, except for the Brown and Edwards book on the American court system, you're responsible for everything we've read this term. That textbook was assigned purely for background information. Of course, because we've had a midterm, you'll only be tested on reading and class notes from after the spring break. Therefore, we will cover everything from legislative politics until yesterday's lecture. The final will count as 50% of your grade, with the midterm counting for the other 50%. However, I reserve the right to move your grade one way or the other based on class participation, and those biweekly summaries of the reading you've been handing in all semester. So don't give up hope for a good grade if you did poorly on the midterm. There are plenty of chances to make it up. And finally, speaking of makeups, you'd better get to the exam on time because no one will be allowed in late and there won't be any makeup scheduled.
Question number 39. Which of the following would most likely be covered on the exam? Question number 40. What will likely happen immediately following this talk? Question number 41. Which of the following has no role in a student's grade? Question number 42. Which of the following is true about the final exam? Questions 43 through 46 are based on the following advertisement.
We are proud to announce the opening of America's best and most affordable new family condominiums. No longer for just the rich and famous, All American Acres is available to just about everyone. Here's what our vacation-like community includes. 2 championship golf courses, one of which is lighted for nighttime play. A dozen all-weather tennis courts, an Olympic-sized pool for you and a smaller kiddie pool for the children. Bike paths, jogging trails, and an indoor fitness center. All of this is available in the mild climate of South Carolina. What's more, you're close to shopping, movies, great schools for the kids, and fantastic restaurants. Want more? You got it. Prices for 2-bedroom, 2-bath models start at just $69,000 with a $99 a month maintenance fee. Best of all, you only need a 10% down payment. We're so sure you'll love our new community that we're offering special Get Acquainted weekend deals with free airfare from several East Coast cities. But please call by July 1st, since after that we can no longer guarantee our fabulous prices. Call now for more information. Even the telephone call is free.
Question number 43. What is the advertisement offering? Question number 44. Which of the following is not mentioned by the announcer? Question number 45. At what price is the property offered? Question number 46. What is the weather like in South Carolina?
Questions 47 through 50.
Listen to the following talk about medical technology.
Computers, wireless technology, and other innovations have changed our lives in many ways. Someday, intrusive medical procedures may be replaced with new technology. For example, scientists have created a new camera that will remind you of a ride at Epcot Center. They have invented a capsule containing a tiny camera, which is placed within the body and allowed to move through it, gathering information as it goes. The most logical initial use for the camera is in the digestive system, since it has a beginning and an end, and the capsule will move through on its own. People with health problems in the esophagus, stomach, intestines, and colon currently undergo invasive tests with instruments called endoscopes inserted through the nearest orifice. Such internal views are necessary when looking for abnormal blood vessels, tumors, ulcers, lymphomas, and abnormalities of the various organ walls through which the endoscope passes. Skeptics point out that endoscopes have become very sophisticated and allow much more control than the capsule allows. For example, a doctor can back up and aim at a particular area with an endoscope, which will not be possible with the capsule. Endoscopes even provide the ability to perform biopsies and other tests as well as surgical procedures, whereas the capsule will not permit that. But for simple viewing, endoscopes are uncomfortable, so this new technology is believed to be a less intrusive choice. The capsule, no larger than a medicinal capsule, will be swallowed by the patient and will light its way with built-in lights. It will transmit video images in color as it progresses through the body. The video that it records can be up to 5 hours long and is later downloaded to a computer for viewing.
Number 47.
Why does the speaker indicate that the digestive system is the best place for the new technology?
Number 48.
For which of the following items would the capsule not be helpful?
Number 49.
What is the main reason that some scientists believe the capsule would be helpful?
Number 50.
Which of the following does the speaker imply would not be part of the capsule?
This is the end of Section 1, Listening Comprehension. Stop work on Section 1. This is a reminder. At the end of the test, the supervisor will collect all of the test books. You may not leave until all of the test books have been collected.